Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another class from your instructor, Babita Rani. I hope you are doing the affirmations before beginning the class. And remember what we had to affirm? I am learning by chunking every day and improving by each passing day. So let's begin our class. Today we will discuss the cell wall, the cell membrane, and the differences between the two. But before we begin our class, let's do a very quick revision of what we studied yesterday. Simple two questions are here. Which is the longest cell? Which is the longest cell? But before I begin my class, let me change the color of my pen. Yes. Which is the longest cell? Why have I taken this question? Because there is always a confusion between longest and largest cell. Longest cell is nerve cell and largest cell is ostrich egg. What is cell theory and who gave it? Cell theory was given by Sheldon and Schwann, and it was later on modified by Virchow. So all of the three scientists are credited for proposing cell theory. What does it state? Number one, all living organisms are made up of cells. All living organisms are made up of cells. Number two, cell is basic unit of life. You can also write structural and functional unit of life. And number three, all cells, this third point was given by Virchow. All cells arise from pre-existing cells. Okay, so this is what we had studied day before. Now today we are going to study about cell membrane. Cell membrane, as you have studied in class 8 also, this is a membrane which is present in all living organism. Present in all living organisms. That is, it is present in all plants, animals, everywhere it is there in living beings. Second is, it is lipoproteinous in nature. What do I mean by this? It means that it is made up of lipids and proteins. It is made up of lipids and proteins. Together we call it as lipoproteinous. Third, it is a living membrane. That means it is made up of cells which are living. 4, it is selectively permeable. Generally people confuse between semi-permeable and selectively permeable. In biology, world of biology, we generally use this term selectively permeable. What is difference between the two? Semi-permeable substances allows movement of only one solvent. It allows movement of only one solvent from one side to the other, whereas selectively permeable membrane allows movement on both the sides. In semi-permeable membrane, movement is only from one solvent. Whereas some solutes can also move in selectively permeable membrane, but solute movement is restricted in semi-permeable membrane. In biological world, we will always use this term selectively permeable membrane. So, cell membrane is selectively permeable membrane, not semi-permeable membrane. So, it is present in all living organisms, whether it is plants, animals, or even the smallest cell has this cell membrane. It is lipoproteinous in nature, that is, it is made up of lipids and proteins. It is a living membrane and it is selectively permeable membrane. Let's see what about cell wall. Cell wall is not present in all the living organisms. It is present only in plant cell. It is not present in animal cells. So, one question may be there, why is it not present in animal cell? Why only plant cells have cell wall? We will discuss this in a meanwhile. Second is, it is made up of cellulose. Third point is, it is a dead membrane. It is made up of dead cells and it is permeable. Means it is allowing everything to pass through it. Anything can move in and out of the cell membrane. There are 4 terms over here. In the last slide we discussed semi-permeable and selectively permeable. The third one is permeable and fourth is impermeable. There are certain membranes which does not allow anything to pass through it, and they are called impermeable membrane. That is very rare membranes cases, but we have some membranes which do not allow anything to pass through it. For example, after fertilization occurs in any organism, the entry of everything is exempted into the cell. So, there the membrane itself makes it impermeable after fertilization takes place. So, it is present in plant cells. It is made up of cellulose. It is a dead membrane. It is made up of dead cells and it is permeable. Now, what is significance of cell wall in plant cell? As I told you, why is cell wall present only in plant cell? Why is it not present in animal cell? One is, let me write significance. Oh, I have to write in this. This is where I get confused. I have to learn a lot now. What is significance of having cell wall in a plant cell? One is, cell wall, because it is made up of dead cells, it is quite rigid, so it gives a definite shape to the plant cell. Right? So, it gives a definite shape to the plant cell, and because it is made up of dead cells, it is quite rigid, so it provides rigidity and strength to the cell. It provides rigidity and strength to cell. This is the reason why it is not present in animal cell, because animal cells have movement in their body, so they cannot be very rigid and rigid, so they do not have this cell wall. Now, it being very rigid, it being the outermost layer of plant cell, because cell wall is present outside the cell membrane. So, being the outermost boundary of the cell, it is protecting the internal cell organelles that is present inside the cell. So, one function is also protection. It protects It protects the inner cell organelles which is present inside the cell, and because it is permeable, it is helping in transport. It helps in transporting of the material across it, right? It also maintains the shape of the cell. These are some of the significance. Why do plant cell have a cell wall? Because most of the cell, if you know, most of the cell in plant cell is dead. 90% of the cells are dead. So what is happening? It requires a cell wall which gives definite shape to the plant cell. It provides rigidity and strength to the cell. It protects the cell organelles which is present inside the cell, and it helps in transporting substances into and out of the cell. So these are significance. Why do animal cells not have cell wall? Because cell wall is very rigid, and animals need flexibility to move from one place to another. There are other factors also for which animals need flexibility. So animals require flexibility, that is why they don't have cell wall. So what is difference between cell wall and cell membrane? Somewhat better. Let us write cell membrane and cell wall. The first point of difference is this is present in all living organism. I am writing only the bullet points. You should write in full sentence. What will we write here? All living organisms. What we will write over here? This is present only in plant. Second is this is living, this is dead. Third one is it is selectively permeable. This is permeable. Fourth one is it is made up of lipids and protein. And this is made up of cellulose. This is made up of cellulose. So these are the basic differences between the two. If we consider the rigidity, we can write that also. This is soft and flexible, and this is hard and rigid, right? So these are differences between cell wall and cell membrane. Now I told you animals need flexibility for movement and some activities. Let us see one activity which is seen very commonly: endocytosis. Endo means in, cytosis means, cyto means cell. So this is, if something is moving inside the cell, we call it as endocytosis, and this is a phenomena which is seen in amoeba. Amoeba takes its food with the help of endocytosis. Amoeba gets its food with the help of endocytosis. Now, how does flexibility of cell membrane helping amoeba because amoeba does not have a cell wall. So how does flexibility of cell membrane helps amoeba to take its food? Let's see. So amoeba has an irregular shape, no permanent shape is there. So suppose amoeba finds a food somewhere over here. What will amoeba do? Because it is flexible, it will start extending its pseudopodia from both the sides so that food gets more inside it. This extension continues and the food gets inside it. So this is how amoeba is taking its food. Now moving something out of the cell is known as exocytosis. Exo means out, X means out, cyto means cells. So moving something out of the cell is known as exocytosis. So this amoeba is being helped in intake of its food because it has only cell membrane which is quite flexible. So and the process is known as endocytosis. Similarly, animals have to move from one place to another, and for that they need flexibility. Movement of animals require flexibility. So they have only cell membrane, they do not have cell wall. Hope you got why do animals not have cell wall, and at the same time why do plants have cell wall in them, right? So this is all for today. Tomorrow we will see the movement of solute and solvent in through cell membrane. That is, tomorrow we will study about osmosis, diffusion and the processes involved in it. Thank you for watching this video. Happy learning.